Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your boy Sheltered Hell. What's good? Okay, so this week we got Boston College. We're playing in the Doak, and this week is kind of a little bit of a strange week just because we're playing right before a rivalry game and we're playing right after a rivalry game, which I mean it's no big deal, whatever. Um, but first and foremost, before I get into anything, I just want to say, definitely a special prayer for all the victims of the Florida State shooting. Um, Luckily, the Tallahassee Police Department was able to respond in enough time to go ahead and kill the shooter and prevent anybody else from harm. It was also a good thing that one of the students was able to have his life preserved by his library books or whatever. The Strozier Library, I know this library very well. I know I spend plenty of nights up in there, man, before an exam or something like that. It's definitely it definitely, kind of opens your eyes or whatever, because I mean, we all get up on here, we cam up, and we, say, dumb shit. We do, crazy stuff to get everybody riled up or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all humans. I mean, we don't ever want to see anybody ever get hurt. As far as that one ESPN correspondent from Tuscaloosa or whatever, I'm not gonna be like the rest of my fan base and think that that's a reflection upon ESPN. That was just one dumb bitch who decided that she wanted to make a joke at the most inappropriate of times. Whatever you want to say about Jameis Winston or whatever, within the context of the football field, or whatever you have about your personal opinion, that's one thing. But for you to go out there and make light of a situation and a tragedy that's affecting, a bunch of people or whatever, that was very classless. And it was a good thing that the University of Alabama expelled her immediately. So kudos to the University of Alabama. Anyway, getting back to this game. This game presents a big challenge for us. Tyler Murphy, he was at Florida last year. He transferred up to Boston College because he didn't want to sit behind Jeff Driscoll, because obviously who the fuck would want to sit behind Jeff Driscoll? He's ass. But Tyler Murphy, dude's pretty dynamic or whatever. He's going to be a tough customer for us to, stop or whatever. They lit up USC for 400 yards. In Boston College, despite their record, is a lot better team than what they're perceived to be. So we're gonna have to definitely maintain our gap integrity, or maintain our discipline and everything like that. I think that we can come out and we'll do what we got to do. Miles Willis, him and luckily Andre Williams is in the NFL now, but him and Miles Willis, man, they were killing us on the ground last year. Boston College gave us by far last year, besides maybe the Auburn National Championship game, but by far our most competitive game, man. That game, they had us down 17-3 in the first quarter, and I was like, holy crap, man, there is no way we can lose to Boston College. So, this team is definitely, going to come in there, and of course, they come in, another team that we got to face that's coming in off of a bye week. And I'm telling you, everybody discounts this, but those bye weeks are huge. When you get to have 1 week to, rest up and scheme and come out with new things and everything like that, or come out with a new plan and everything like that, it is, it's crazy because, it's hard to stop something that you've never seen. And that's been the biggest thing, especially with our defense, especially, as a lot of people are throwing out new schemes or whatever. Like last week, Miami threw out they're a run first team, and then they go to green personnel, which is two tight ends, two backs or whatever, but they split their tight ends out wide or whatever. So what that forces us to do is to take one of our corner, so we're in our base formation or whatever, which is four down linemen or whatever, and then you got your 3 linebackers and four DBs and everything like that. So now what we're doing is we're having to take a defensive end, and we're taking a defensive end and we're putting them on a freaking tight end, and that's a clear obvious mismatch or whatever. And that was a good scheme by Miami, but kudos to them for doing what they did. But I'm not really gonna, you know, sit here and talk, you know, X's O's about the Miami game, because that's in the past now, and you know, Miami's got to do what they got to do for the rest of the year. But Boston College, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out with something like that, because I mean, they're a big read option team or whatever, you know. So we're definitely gonna have to maintain our gaps and everything like that. We cannot, I repeat, we cannot lose our eye discipline in this game, man. Like, because I'm expecting that we're probably going to be in mostly a nickel package coming out or whatever, and maybe like, you know, like if they go like to a bunch or something like that, which Boston College loves to do, we might go into like a banjo formation, or banjo coverage or whatever, you know, to kind of offset that or whatever, you know, because I know that they're going to probably pick us and everything like that. But we got to maintain integrity. We got to maintain gap discipline. We got to, you know, make sure to, you know, keep Tyler Murphy contained or whatever, because realistically, where this game is going to hurt us is on the ground. Now, our corners are probably going to be in man-to-man a lot this game, because if I know what Charles Kelly's probably going to do is he's probably going to put us in man-to-man and, like, you know, keep us like spying or whatever, which we'll see how that turns out. Nevertheless, with all that being said, our offensive line, man, I'm really happy with the change that we made last week when we put Cam Irvin. We took Cam Irvin from left tackle and we put him in the center, and took Big Rod Johnson, a true freshman, and put him at left tackle. I'm telling you, America, this new offensive line that Florida State has, this offensive line is going to start doing damage. We have a 6'6", 330-pound center that gives us a lot of length and athleticism up the middle and everything like that for us to be able to run. And like, if we go out and we need to use like Dalvin Cook, Mario Pender, and like use Carlos Williams as like our third down back, I'm telling you, we can be rushing for a shitload of yards or whatever. I mean, now our pass coverage is going to be a lot better. I mean, like, the Florida State that you have seen from, like, what you've seen out of our offense recently, man, I'm telling you, this is about to be something serious. It's about to be something serious. With that being said, I really think that this game, the point spread on this game is 19.5. I think we probably won't cover that, just barely not cover that. So I'm going to say Florida State, we win 41-23, Boston College or whatever. We win by 18 points, just barely not cover the point spread. And we'll bring our win streak to 27. I'm not going to talk about the Florida Gators this week. I am not going to talk about them this week. As soon as we get past Boston College, we'll deal with them, and we'll deal with all the Gator fans, Big Lil Augusta Gator, fucking Gator Boo, and all those other Gator fans. Sorry, Che, who doesn't even make videos. But we'll deal with all those Gator fans afterwards. But right now, it's about Boston College. It's about Florida State. Let's go out there, let's go win, and let's be FSU United in the wake of a tragedy, and go Noles, baby.